So I don't measure anything. I have my garden um, tomatoes that I boiled. Um, that's going to go into ice water because it makes peeling so much easier in ice water. And then I cut those in quarters and just throw them in the crock pot. I have a 2 pound bag of baby carrots. So I did maybe half of them in the bottom of my crock pot. Sorry, I don't have like one of those fancy stands where I can just, keep it going the whole time. Um, and then these green beans, um, I'm just going to like cut those in halves because they're so long. Um, so I basically do the hardest vegetables on the bottom. So the carrots go on the bottom, then the green beans might, or the bell pepper, zucchini. It, and I do the softer, like the mushrooms. Actually, sorry, back up. The things like the basil, rosemary, mushrooms, zucchini, my lemon, that will be last. And you're saying, what the hell are you doing with the lemon? What I do is I cut it in half. I've already went like this, loosened it all up, loosened all the juices inside. During like the last maybe 10 minutes of cooking, which will be probably at 7 o'clock at the rate I'm going right now, I just squeeze lemon juice over the top and kind of stir it in. Um, the last 10 minutes I'll add, my mushrooms and these herbs. Because the reason why I do that is because if you add in fresh herbs, and I won't do it with dry herbs, okay, but if you add in fresh herbs in the beginning of your crock pot cooking, sorry, my video is like stupid, you lose the flavor after 8 hours of cooking. This soup is going to be in the crock pot for 8 hours cooking. In 8 hours, it's going to be all cooked out. You'll have a hint of flavor, but you want a fresh flavor. I love a strong, fresh basil and rosemary flavor. I don't like. That's why I'm not using dried. I don't know, I can tell, huh? I can tell if it's now. This is kind of fresh, it's refrigerated, but this is only because I ran out of the fresh garlic that you cut up. Now the fresh garlic, I do add that in the beginning of the soup cooking as well as the onion. Last 10 minutes of cooking is going to be the zucchini, the mushrooms, my fresh herbs, and oh, I'm sorry, the baby spinach and kale, and my squeeze lemon juice, because you don't want, I don't know, I don't like my mushrooms all mushy because I'm gonna be eating this soup for a week for work, for my lunches, and I'm gonna be reheating them in the microwave, and those mushrooms will just get mushier and mushier and mushier. If you ever have an issue with mushy, slimy, gross mushrooms in your soups, any soup, add it in the last 10 minutes of your cooking time. Even 15 minutes is fine. Same thing with your baby spinach. If you're making a soup that calls for baby spinach and kale, put that stuff in the last 10 minutes. Otherwise, you're getting nothing but slime. And I didn't know if you guys knew that about the trick with the fresh herbs or not, but I hope it's useful. But it's a huge difference in flavor. Thank you. I'll post everything when it's done.